I don't even know what to say. Nice first start, David. So one thing about North and South Carolina is we may not have the big bucks yet, like the Midwest, but we getting there. But one thing we do have is birds. So we put this hunt together a couple years ago in conjunction with South Carolina Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. And one thing about South Carolina is they definitely have some birds. I was fortunate enough to get on this one piece of property that I'd deer hunted before, and found some signs, slipped up on some birds. Actually slipped up on some jay strutting in a field, and even brought my good friend Philip in to help me call, because obviously he can call better than I can. But if we can get this kid a bird the first morning, it'll be a good first day.
South Carolina with a disabled hunt. We got Alex and his dad here. First morning, we're fixing to call it a wrap. We're gonna go get something to eat, but we did have some hens come to the decoys. Had another bird behind us. We're not positive what it was. I think it buzzed us a little bit, so we're gonna wrap everything up and go get some lunch. We'll be back this afternoon, right down the road on another plot on the power line. So y'all stick with us.
So that morning just didn't work out like I'd planned. I was hoping all 6 kids would kill birds, and birds just wouldn't cooperate. Had a good afternoon, everybody had a good time, but unfortunately that's turkey hunting, even in South Carolina. So that evening we hunted and just come up with a big goose egg. And some of the families even left, and me and Philip persuaded our hunter to stay the next morning, because we really felt like we could get back in that field. Philip's gonna put this boy on his first bird.
All right, y'all. It is last morning. We are here in Batesburg on the Frick Farm. We're set up in the same spot we were yesterday. We've actually got one goblin this morning. We didn't hear anything yesterday, so we got one a few hundred yards away goblin. I just stepped out the blind and did a fly down, and we're going to try to get him a little closer. So, what do you think, Alex? Having fun? Mm-hmm. We're going to try to get this bird in here, so y'all sit tight.
So you know what happens when you're in the blind and nothing's going on? You just don't pay attention. And we sitting there just yapping our mouth, looking on our phones, talking with each other, and we look up, and we got birds coming. We even got a jake coming. But what we do have is we got this jake coming, and we got another bird gobbling down the road. And I promise you, the first one that makes that decoy, Alex is killing.
All right, Alex, they just came into the field. You see them? All right, Alex, it's going to take them a little while to get here. They're taking their time, so just relax, okay? All right, Alex, here he comes, okay? He's coming. He's already committed, all right? Get on him, get your feet on him, relax. Stay steady on him, okay?
So have y'all noticed anything about Alex? He's toting a gun that's probably twice as tall as he is. When he pulls this trigger, he's probably going to end up in the back of the blind.
Way to go, dude. Way to go. You got him, brother. Oh, my heart.
Oh, I think I shot him. I think I shot him right here.
Alex, you killed me, son. Dude.
Wait, did you do this? Okay, act like this is what you said. Blah, blah, blah. Like you're saying this. Okay, is this what you said? Say blah, blah, blah a lot.
Blah, blah, blah.
No.
Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger.
Keep saying it a lot.
Shoot it. Shoot it.
And then say it.
Shoot it.
Bam!
Alex, we have no earthly idea what you just said. We assume it's good. You did the decoy.
I assume you shot it.
Jelly it.
I shot it right there.
You did good, man.
Didn't
That's your first turkey, buddy. Congratulations.
Proud of you, bro.
What do you think, Dad?
That's awesome. This is awesome. This place is great too. This people to let us come in here like this, man. This is just
Pretty. Get that dog. I thought he had a full family.
He's close. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what I saw. He's got a big toddler.
pick him up.
Look at that smile.
Now you got to put him over your shoulder and carry him out
No,
of here.
I'm not.
Me and Phillips killed a lot of birds and we just tore up this morning.
I tell you, I get this excited watching these kids do this.
Fine.
Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Stick your hand up here. Grab his, look like this. Like this.
Never walked before.
Yeah. All right. Put him on your shoulder. Put your other hand up there too. There you go. There you go. And let him rest on your shoulder.
That's right there.
Yeah. And then start walking. Start walking. Let's go to the truck. Keep going.
I'm not walking.
We'll meet you at the cabin, buddy.
So it's 2 weeks later, and we're back in North Carolina, up in the mountains. Put this little hunt together for this guy. Never shot a bird. Before we get to that, I want to talk about Joe and Billy. Joe started this cool organization called Backyard Bow Pro, and basically they just get to shoot deer. How cool is that? Joe, why didn't I think of that, right? And then they take the meat and they donate it back to the food banks and the churches there in their area. And they have these little chapters all over the place where they do the exact same thing. And it is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. But we became good friends through that organization, and they just decided they were going to be able to help me on this hunt, right? And I went up there a couple years ago, back when I had the TV show, shot a really nice bird. I know exactly where Joe's going to take us. And man, it is one of the most beautiful places on earth to turkey hunt. So that evening, I jumped in the truck with Joe, and we kind of rode around. The first field we pulled up on, there was already a big gobbler there. And he was quick to remind me, that's where me and Billy's hunting tomorrow morning. He said, but I got you covered. So we were out around this other field, and it's probably an hour before dark, and there's already birds out there. There's one big gobbler and a pile of hens, we sit there and watch them like they could care less whether we were even there. And they actually cut right in front of us and went up on the hill. And obviously that's where they were going to roost. And if we could put one of these birds in Cody's lap the next morning, it'd be a good day.
Well, we had a little bit of a snag. Cody shows up, he's in a power chair. So things are really heavy. We had to move the blind on this side of the fence. And we've already had 3 vehicles up in this pasture already, so the birds are right there on top of the hill. So I'm hoping they just plumb stupid this morning and fly down and forget all about all the noise and activity we've made this morning. So say a little prayer, hope this works out. Excited. He's ready to kill a bird. We got these birds we put to sleep last night. They up on the hill, getting ready to fly down. Hopefully they're going to land right here in our flock. Cody, you ready to kill a bird? Oh yeah. All right. Well, the bird didn't do exactly like what we thought it would do. We had one hen come out to our left. She must have been roosted on the other side over here. We know there's birds all over that hillside. Joe and them's over here. We can see their decoy. I don't know where this bird went to. I guess it's just going to be one of those things where we just wait them out and see what happens. We ain't got nowhere else to go. And we want to kill a bird, so we just have to wait. But man, what a pretty view. I mean, we got the best seat in the house right here. We just need a big bird for that guy.
So I really had it in my mind that like 30 minutes after daylight, these birds are going to fly down. We were going to shoot one of them, and an hour later we'd be sitting in Bojangles. But it just didn't happen. A couple hours later, we had this hen come into our decoys, and she's really mouthy. And I'm thinking, hey, maybe this is what we need to get some birds fired up. So this hen barely gets out of sight, and we got 2 birds just hammering up on the hill. I don't know if it was her, I don't know if it was us, but the problem is that morning we moved the blind on the other side of the fence because Cody showed up in a power chair and we didn't want to get him stuck. And the birds are on the other side of the fence. And this ain't your typical fence. So the birds are going to have to work really hard to get on our side. And I'll be quite honest with you, we just stuck. So just remember this. Sometimes the plan ain't always the plan. So we got a bird on one side, we on the other side. This bird ain't coming. I've been working this bird for 30 minutes, he ain't coming. We got a big blind, we got a guy in a power chair, and his nephew says, hey, let's just turn him around inside and shoot him out the back of the blind. Why didn't I think of that? Did y'all catch any of that? I have absolutely no idea what I said.
Come on!
Brother!
Yeah.
Oh, no, son. Dude, we slick, ain't we?
Yes, sir!
You believe that crap?
Did a complete 180 in the blind and shot it.
What you think, Steven? Come on.
Yeah.
How'd we do that? Man, that is the stealthiest power chair I ever heard in my life. You hear me? I looked up and was like, dude, he's on the freaking ground. And he kept pulling over, he kept going out, and I'm trying to film through this. I'm like, oh my crap. Oh my God. That's freaking stupid. That is stupid.
Should have done that an hour ago.
Well, we didn't know, man. It's freaking awesome, dude. I mean, to do a freaking 180, 360 degrees in the blind.
Oh.
If this blind would have been any smaller, we would have been screwed.
Yeah.
Lord mercy. Let's get things squared away.
I can't.
You still tore up, son. ain't you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. You're awesome, dude.
I'm not awesome. You guys are patient. You're awesome for getting turned around and making that happen. What do you think about that?
Oh.
Hey, it don't get any better than that right there. Bird.
Good 3-year-old bird. He's gonna fight too. Dude, he come up this hill here, all just puffed up.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
he's
Right behind him.
yeah.
So y'all could see him though the whole time.
Oh yeah. The first I come up and I was kind of like looking through everything. And he stuck his head up like he was looking straight at me, and I was like, "Oh, there's a
We
turd."
heard him gobble, right? Did he not gobble like
Oh,
right
yeah.
behind the...
Oh yeah, several
Look, so
times.
there's a gobble. I looked over and got my binocular out. I was like, we were
This
thinking,
is like deja vu all over again.
yeah,
We can hear the drum and just like
that's awesome. Just awesome.
You just like them two men right there?
thank you.
Oh, man, good job. I like
Great
taking
job.
You know what I like even better? Taking good job.
So when you watch these two hunts, let me put in perspective what all goes into this. There's travel, there's gas, there's motel rooms, there's buying food. We have to buy adaptive equipment to help these hunters be successful. But the one thing that we need more than anything is friends. We need landowners. We need people willing to help our mission and get people in outdoors that all they want is the same thing we want. They want opportunity to hunt. I can't thank all the landowners and the Rocky Mountain Network Foundation of South Carolina, Legacy Game Calls donated some calls, Dead End Game Calls donated some calls, and this is all trying to get these kids excited about turkey hunting. For Joe and Billy, it's just opening their property up and being a good human being. And for Cody, it's probably a hunt of a lifetime for him. I know it was for me. If you can't see the excitement on these kids' faces, you're missing the point. So one last thing, if you're watching this and you'd like to go on a hunt with Hands of Sportsmen, we cater to the able-bodied kid, a disabled kid, a disabled adult, or disabled veteran or veterans alike. So visit our website at handsofsportsmen.org, jump on our homepage, scroll all the way to the bottom, click on the Go Hunting tab, and all the applications are there. Y'all have an awesome day.